up on WMCT News, we'll reveal the next Grand Marshal at this year's Labor Day Parade. A potential challenger pulls papers for a spot on school committee, and we take a look into a day in the life of a camp counselor. All this and more on WMCT News. Welcome to WMCT News. I'm Katrina Lambert, filling in for Spencer tonight. After a year of absence, Marlboro's Labor Day Parade will be back. The city's announced this year's Grand Marshal at a press conference on Thursday.
All right, first of all, welcome. This is great to actually have people at a live press conference, and it's been a long year. It really has been a long year, and you know, we came out with a lot of successes through the year, even though it was very difficult. And so we're here today to announce the Grand Marshal, and first the fact that we are doing our Labor Day Parade again. And we got a call a few months ago from Melanie Wampum saying, is the parade on or off? And we said, if you're running it, it's on. So I would like to take a moment just to introduce Melanie. She's going to be the director this year. She's done it so many times, and with that, I'll turn it over to you for.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to extend an invitation to everyone in the community to participate in the parade this year. I'm certainly excited about doing it. We've had a really great response, and I'm very, very appreciative of the Grand Marshals that the city has chosen, the Marlboro Health Department and the UMass Marlboro Hospital. I think it's a good decision for what we've been through this year. And, you know, I've been asked from the community, the number one question is it going to be a big parade like we always have? And I'm going to say, yes, it is. The response has been really great, and I'm very appreciative of the donations that we've received. And I'm looking forward to a great Labor Day parade. Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. As Melanie said, it's been a difficult year, but we've done it with our partners. First of all, Health Director John Garside and his team downstairs have been informing the city of all the ins and outs and issues that have been taking place through the COVID-19 year that we've had. And our partners up at, I guess I have to announce UMass. I can't just say Marlboro Hospital because the big cheese is here today. So UMass Memorial Healthcare Marlboro Hospital has just been there with us every day, from daily phone calls at the beginning to weekly phone calls as we started weaning off, and now we do regular phone calls when needed. But they were there for all the testing. They've been there for all the vaccines. They're always there for the city of Marlboro to be our partners and anything to do with health. They have the Cancer Center up there. They have the Women's Imaging Center up there now. It's just a fantastic asset for the city of Marlboro, and I want to really thank both of you for all you did for the city of Marlboro and all its residents in getting us through this. John Garside, you want to just say a word or two? Sure. It's just congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Melanie. And Mayor, thanks for your support throughout the whole pandemic. Really, your support and guidance has been invaluable. Flattered, honored to be named one of the marshals. Special thanks, like Mayor said, to the hospital, UMass Memorial Marlboro. Been a great partner throughout the pandemic. Really, I don't know what we would do without you folks, so thanks, thanks, thanks. Special thanks to our other city offices and departments, police, fire, right down to auditing, DPW. I know they helped at the courtyard daily. They help us with signage, DPW, school department, the administration over there, the teachers, the nursing staff who helped us out early on in the pandemic. So really, as they say, it takes a village. So thanks, thanks, and thanks. We're fortunate now to not be in a high or a substantial high-risk area for COVID-19. We have a little better summer ahead of us, ongoing. So we're thankful for that. We're thankful for Marlboro's willingness to get vaccinated. We currently have 70% of our folks have received at least a dose, and 63% are fully vaccinated in the city. So we're proud of those figures, and I remind folks to get vaccinated if you haven't. All of our local pharmacies are offering shots. If you can't get to the pharmacy, contact our office, and we certainly can help facilitate getting folks vaccinated, those who still have not. So thanks, and thanks.
Thank you, John. As John said, there's so many in the city that have stepped up to the plate to help us through this time, and a lot of it was information, and the critical stuff obviously came from his department, and most importantly from UMass Marlborough Hospital. Steve Roach is here from the hospital, and I can't tell you how thankful we are for all you did, and like I said, the testing, the thousands and thousands and thousands of tests that we did down at the New England Sports Center, the vaccines when we opened the clinic up at the Marriott, it ran so smooth, and sometimes we didn't get as much help from Boston as we were hoping. So UMass actually went around them and went to Washington and picked up the vaccines from the Edward M. Kennedy Health Center, and that's where we got our supplies, and it was great. With that, Steve, thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Thanks for everything. I will say this is the first event I've been at with the mayor where he hasn't actually mentioned that he was born at Marlborough Hospital, so we need to make sure that's out there. Obviously, it's an honor for the staff and the caregivers at UMass Memorial Marlborough Hospital to be serving in the Grand Marshal role at the parade. We're really excited by it. It's a great give back to the staff for all that they've done over the past, which is a surprising 15 to 18 months right now. But I know John has thanked everybody throughout the town, the city, the first responders, everybody in the area who's there. But I really want to thank John for his partnership. Working with the Board of Health really made the process go smoothly. We made sure that those vulnerable populations in our community were served for the vaccine as well as testing. And we just want to say thank you for all the support that your department gave, and obviously, police, fire, everybody else who stepped up, Public Works. It was a great outcome at the end of the day. And I'll finish with the most important piece is please, please, please vax up so we don't have to mask up. Please stay and go out and get the vaccine. That way we can have these events and continue to have events throughout the rest of the year. So thank you, Mayor, and look forward to the parade.
Great. With that, thank you very much again for coming. Anyone have any questions? I love this. This is the greatest part. No questions. Thank you all very much for coming. Get down there and enjoy the Labor Day Parade. It'll be kicking off at 12 o'clock at the corner of Pleasant and Lincoln Street, and the road will be done by then, Melanie. Thank you.
In election news, there's another potential candidate running for public office. Maureen Brennan has pulled papers to be a candidate for school committee. She'll be challenging incumbents Denise Ryan, Earl Geary, and Michelle Bowden-Henninger. There are 3 open spots for school committee on the ballot this election year. The last day to pull papers for public office is August 13th. It's the first weekend of August, which means school is just around the corner. The Marlborough Public Schools have released the school year calendar. The first day of school for grades 1 through 12 will be September 1st. Students in pre-K and kindergarten will begin classes on September 9th, and the last day of school is currently slated for June 16th. Even though school is starting soon, there is still a whole month of summer events planned for August, including next Friday, August 6th. The Marlborough Recreation Department is sponsoring a Movies in the Park night. Tom and Jerry the movie will be showing at Kelleher Field on Jefferson Street. The movie is free and will begin at dusk. And now, let's go to sports with Matt Bisaccio to tell us about Marlborough's favorite semi-pro football team.
Thanks, Katrina. It's a huge weekend here in the city of Marlborough as the defending champion Marlborough Shamrocks make their long-awaited return to Kelleher Field. After winning the 2019 NEFL Championship, as well as the Palm Bowl National Championship game down in Texas, their 2020 season, like many other seasons across the country, was canceled due to COVID. But now, the Shamrocks are back and seemingly poised to make another run at a title here in 2021. They currently sport a 4-0 record, with all of their games coming on the road. But the home schedule kicks off this Saturday night at 7 p.m. as the Shams take on the 2-2 Rhode Island Cowboys. 5 of their next 6 games will be at home, so make sure you come out to Kelleher to show your support for Captain Linebacker Brandon Hampton, wideout Graham Asom, and the rest of the defending champs. It's always been a great atmosphere down at Kelleher, and after a year of waiting, I'm sure it's going to be electric down on Jefferson Street. General admission for the game is just $10. Military, police, students, they only get in for $5, and anyone 12 and under, they get in for free. WMCT Sports is going to be covering the game, so you check us out on Twitter at WMCT Sports for score updates during the game, as well as highlights that we'll post on Facebook and Twitter. So make a night of it with the family and go out and show the support for the Shamrocks on Saturday night at 7 p.m. That's it for sports. Back to you, Katrina.
Thanks, Matt. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a camp counselor? We spend some time at the Boys and Girls Club to get the full experience of a day at camp.
Being a camp counselor seems like it may be an easy job, but there is more to it than meets the eye.
So the kids get here around 8 o'clock. That first hour, they're hanging out with our staff, either in the gym or in the games room, just letting some energy out right when they first get here. 9 o'clock, they break up into their groups. I'm with the teens during the summer, so we go up to the teen center. They get a little more time to hang out as we set up our first activity. But then while we're in the teen center, we do daily STEM activities, art activities that relate to the themes that we have for each week in the summer program. Then we get breaks to go into the gym where the kids get to run around, let some energy out before we go back up to the teen center for lunch. After they eat lunch, each group does 30 minutes of silent reading, just to keep that aspect, that school-like aspect during the summertime. So after they do their reading, we have another block up in the teen center where we do another activity. If we do STEM in the morning, then we'll do art in the afternoon, or vice versa. Then in the afternoon, they spend their last couple hours back up in the teen center or in the games room and gym while the staff are cleaning up and kids are getting picked up and going home for the day.
James takes care of the teens, but has some help from his younger coworker Anthony. Together, they try to make a fun and safe atmosphere for the kids.
Can we only play with one ball? Because it's a lot easier to keep track and make sure no one's shooting and stuff.
All right, yeah.
We're only playing with one ball.
Turns out they're not just a counselor at the end of the day. They become a lot more like a role model and figure for you to look after. So it's nice. The best way to get any kid motivated is to also participate, because let's say you explain all the rules, some kids still might not understand it, and if he sees you playing it, he sees oh, he's having fun, I can just learn off of him really quickly, and then they can get into the game. And if you're getting hyped up about it in the middle of the game, saying good job, Chris, oh, good sportsmanship, Ava, some stuff like that.
Out. One. Let's go, Jalissa. One. Out. One. Out. One. Make sure your shoes are tied. Oh, what? Oh, 1, 2, 3. No, you're not on your bottom, Connor.
Favorite part is definitely the people, everyone, staff, and all the kids. It's good going into a job and you're friends with everyone there. You don't have to try to avoid anyone. Management's great. Steve is one of the directors upstairs, and he was the director when I came here, so it's kind of weird working for him now. It's not. I used to look at him as some scary guy when I was a kid. But he was always nice. He wasn't a mean person, but he was just a top dog. So
we've been getting a lot more interest lately in, young adults around Spencer's age or in their 20s and early 30s. And, for example, we have 2 former members here, which are now on our board of directors. One of them is on our executive board, and one of them is on our operations board and our diversity, equity, and inclusion committee.
Well, like I said, it was my first job. I really didn't have, any, I wasn't looking to work with kids when I first started. And actually, even when I went down to college, I still didn't think I would end up working with kids. I actually went to school for exercise physiology at first, but when I started working with the teens at a club down in North Carolina, started to really see that you were making an actual difference in their lives. Got him. Oh, nice catch, Jaden.
I think the ball will come out.
I think it will.
Really?
Why?
Why? They're not throwing it here. They're only...
Well, everyone's over there. That's why. Put your mask up. See?
Are you in?
Yeah. Remember when I got you out?
Yeah, but...
Got him.
Anthony. Boom. Pass back.
I like that, every day is something new. Every day is different. It's not, the same thing going to work every day. There's always, some new challenge or, just something new to learn. And, like I said, it's just fun. There are tough days, when, if you're having a rough day personally, the kids are gonna sense that, and they're gonna have a rough day. But it's just a good place to be, and it's enjoyable work. So,
Most stressful part of the day is coming up with activities for the kids when it seems like they're not participating, or if you do come up with an activity and they start doing it and then they quickly stop, get distracted, and you have to try to get them to do it, or come up with a new activity for the kids, which is, that's probably the most stressful. And
every day looks very different. For the most part, during summer camp, every 20 minutes or so, I'm popping around to the groups, checking in on my staff, making sure that they're doing all right.
Rachel is the club director and likes to be involved. She even checked in on our team to make sure that we were okay.
As a mother myself, I would send my kid here, and when he's old enough, he's very young right now, I'll send him here.
The staff that we have here are great. A lot of them were members with the Metro West clubs, as kids, so they're all familiar with the organization and the day-to-day, stuff that goes on. So they all know what it takes to, run a successful day camp and run a successful summer camp. So, and they're all great. They all come to work with a positive attitude, lots of energy. They run great activities, great programs. So the club wouldn't run if it weren't for all the staff that work here.
I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons. One of the biggest reasons is, the staff members that we have here. We've talked about it, but we have staff members that have 10, 15, 20 years experience running programs for kids, working with kids. We have great facilities at each one of our clubs. We have a full facility with gyms and games rooms, arts and crafts centers and learning centers and tech centers in all of our clubs. And so we also offer a lot of diversity in our programs. We have preschool programs that we offer. We have licensed programs we offer, at schools in the districts we work in. And then we have our drop-in programs. And so there's different kinds of programs. We also have sports leagues. We have basketball leagues. We have summer camp programs.
The reason I would tell any family that the Boys and Girls Club would be a good place for their child is we have so much to offer.
Long-term goal is to go up as high as possible, possibly even the president, CEO of an organization one day. But would love to stay within the Boys and Girls Clubs of America organization and, just keep working my way up.
That's all for this week's newscast. Thank you to Spencer for letting me fill in tonight. To close this out, here is Larry B. and the Buzz from last Thursday's summer concert.
Well, I guess you better slow that Mustang down. Well, Mustang selling now, baby. I guess you better slow that Mustang down. Looks like I have to put your flat feet on the ground. Come on now. Said all you wanna do is ride around, Sally. Come on. This is where you can help us. Now all you wanna do is ride around, Sally. Give it to me. Sally, come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. You wanna do is ride around, Sally, give it to me. Well, one of these early mornings, you're gonna be wiping your weeping eyes. Yes, you will, Sally. When I bought you a brand new Mustang, a No Mustang Sally. That's right, baby. I guess you better slow that Mustang down. All right. You better running all over town now. Looks like this daddy here have to put that Mustang down. All right. Come on now. Hey. Say all you gotta do is ride around Sally. Come on. Ride, Sally, ride. Come on. All you wanna do is ride around Sally. Give it to me. Ride, Sally, ride. Oh, I know you can do better. All you wanna do is ride around Sally. Come on. Ride, Sally, ride. Whoa, 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 whoa. All you wanna do is ride around Sally. Ride, Sally, ride. All right, boys. Well, one of these early mornings, you're gonna be wiping your weeping eyes. Mickey Grasso's gonna take us home on this one. All right, thank you.